What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Auto Auction Rebuilds. Today we're back with a brand new purchase. This is a $700 Mercedes C-Class. It is a C280. I don't remember the year I actually bought this car, probably 3 or 4 weeks ago, along with a couple others that I left sitting here while I was out on power tour and getting other things done. I decided today was the day it's time to get to these cars and try to find out exactly what it is I bought, whether I got a good deal or a bad deal. So here's one of the new cars. It's a some year Cadillac SRX. I gave $800 for that one. This C280 I only gave $700 for. And then over here is a Saturn Vue XE all-wheel drive 3.5 liter V6. I also gave $700 for this one as well. All three of these are from Insurance Auto Auctions, and I'm excited to dive into them and see if any of these are actually good deals or if I kind of got shafted on all of them. I figure for the money, it's kind of hard to go wrong. Now, in the pictures of this one, and probably on video, you're probably looking at it thinking, well, it's a good looking car, right? Not bad. I thought the same thing in the pictures, and then I realized something was off with it. Now, this is a 2003, let's see, this is from an insurance company, which is interesting. It's a C240, not a C280, I apologize. 03 C240, but it has a V6. It's an insurance car, but it is a clean title. It's got what appear to be great tires. Primewell, is it all the way around? We have Super Drive, Sure Drive on the front, all season. Primewell Valera, Sport on the back. And I mean, at first glance, you're right, it's a pretty good looking car, especially for the money. We have a matching Primewell back here and hopefully a matching Super something. We have a Scepter 4XS over here, so the front tires are mismatched. The back tires match as a pair, but I noticed something when it got here and I was like, uh-oh, I didn't see this in the photos. It looks like something fell on the hood. And man, did it do some damage. I mean, it's not horrible, but this hood will have to be replaced. Something fell on it and totally crunched it. The grille is also kind of broken right here. It's not perfect. However, the headlights are in beautiful condition. The bumper appears to be just fine. It's got a couple of scrapes, like it definitely bumped into something, but it's not the end of the world. A replacement hood in the same color would go a long way on this car. Obviously, coming with the grille and everything too. A little scrape going on back here, a couple little scrapes there, but overall, not too shabby, man. And the interior also sold me on this car because when I saw it, I was like, man, somebody actually took care of this. This is honestly a really good looking car with the exception of the hood. You get that hood replaced and it should be halfway decent, man. In fact, better than halfway. This is not shabby at all. Even the door panel, the wood, everything looks really, really nice. Sunroof. Headliner's in good shape. Leather seats, excellent condition. Miles are supposed to be, if I remember right, right at 100,000. I think 101,000 miles on the odometer. So, for the money, I'm not upset at all, assuming this car turns out to be a runner and a driver. Uh-oh. Which we'll find out here soon. I'm not sure what size this engine is. I'm not familiar with this car at all. I'm assuming, even though I can't really see anything on here, it's a 3.2 liter, which is weird. Why didn't they just call it a C320? I have no idea. A C240, but it's got the same 3.2 liter engine. Looking around under here, I see a brand new shiny belt. Somebody just put that belt on here, so that's good. Air compressor appears to be there, still intact. That's nice as well. I'd love to check the oil, but I'm thinking maybe this doesn't have an oil dipstick because I sure don't see one. Huh. All right. No option for checking the oil, I suppose. I guess we'll just... Oh, wow. I was going to say, well, I can't get that oil cap off. I guess that's fine, too. What is this? All right, just some weird cover sitting there. It did come with a battery. All three of these came with a battery, and as usual, all three of them were stone cold dead completely. And typically, just throwing them in the car and driving does not bring the batteries back. Now, the Mercedes uses this crazy H8 AGM battery. This one I pulled out. It's got a date code of March 2025, and I thought this battery's bound to still be good. I took it in the house, used my NOCO, and I put it on a repair cycle, and I charged it up a couple times after that. And I'm happy to report this very expensive, this is probably like $280 battery, $250 battery, something like that. This battery came back to life. In fact, that battery came back to life. That battery came back to life. So I have saved a minimum of like $400 on batteries just on these 3 cars. So I'm going to grab this. I've already cleaned up the terminals. I cleaned up the terminals under the hood as well. Let's throw this battery in the car, and let's find out if this thing actually runs and drives, because if it does, we could have gotten ourselves a sweet deal on a really nice low mileage Mercedes. All right, the battery's in. That was a disaster to get installed. Now also notice this whole piece is missing. There's some kind of an intake duct. It looks like it goes over the battery. It did not come with the car unless it's in the trunk. This car came with 2 keys. It came with the fancy key, what I assume is like a cheaper valet key. Let's pop the trunk. That doesn't work. All right, what about this one? Nope, no trunk popper. Oh, there we go. Whoa, okay. All right, it doesn't work electronically, it works manually. We have a giant floor mat in the trunk. This screams that it probably belonged to an old person. Let's see if there's anything under here at all. Oh, we have a flat spare tire. We have all the tools and everything. That's nice. All right. I mean, so far, I'd say we're winning. All right, you know what it's time for. It's time to put the keys in it. See if it runs, and God, I hope the AC works, because it is a hot one today. Oh, somebody short was driving this. Let's put the fancy key in. Fired right up. Washer fluid level. The speedometer is bouncing for some reason. That's different. Looks like the tack is not working. Oh, great. Oh, there it goes. That's weird. All right. We've got a washer fluid. We have 101,782 miles on the odometer. Half a tank of gas. The important question. Oh, good God, it is so hot today. I didn't hear a compressor. Oh, Lord. I did not hear a compressor. This is going to be it's going to be a hot one if the AC doesn't come on. Radio, it turned on. We have sound. Oh, it's got a privacy shade back there. Does it work? It does. All right, it goes up and down. Sunroof. Uh-oh, come on. It's incrementally opening, a little at a time. That could be because the battery was disconnected and it may be indexing currently. Come on, come on. Nope, just gonna have to hold it. Okay, that's not a whole lot of fun. It does open and it closes. Okay, so the sunroof works. Glove compartment. Oh, we have a CD changer with a missing magazine. We have the books, which is nice. Let's throw those back in there. Whew. Guess what on the air conditioning, guys? That is a no-go. No-go. Important window, it does work. Less important window also works. We have no air conditioning. Let me tell you what I'm gonna do. Ladies and gentlemen, we're taking this in the shop. I'm gonna throw some Freon in it. Hopefully I can find the charge port. I can't do this. Engine sounds good though. It sounds like it runs great. There are no warning lights immediately on the dash. Let's drop this down. Haven't seen any smoke coming from it. Could probably pull this off, make it a little easier for us to see. Let's get in the shop. Great, this is gonna be a pain. I'll do this off camera. Let's go see if we can get some Freon in this thing and hopefully get some working air. All right, first drive. Whew. Guys, I am absolutely drenched. Oh. Power steering pump is whining. Perfect. Perfect. Oh, that's just the hood being open. All right. Well, oh, the transmission didn't want, oh. Transmission's feeling a little iffy there, guys. Oh boy. We are off to a magnificently it doesn't want to go. It doesn't want to go. Perfect. I think I got really screwed. So I'm rolling backwards, and I'm in drive. Hopefully you can see it's literally in drive. I'm rolling back. I'm at 2,500 RPM, and this thing's barely going forward. Oh, I made a mistake. I made a big mistake. I made a big mistake. Okay. Oh. Yep. Perfect. All right, well, at least it's in the shop now. Let me grab some tools. Let's start investigating. Please forgive the air conditioner noise. It's just one of those things we're gonna have to contend with today because it is way too hot to shut the AC off. I've got so many things to worry about here. Let's start with a noisy power steering pump. I'm gonna assume there's no, oh yeah, there's no fluid, not enough fluid in it anyway. Perfect. Let's move on to air conditioning. I believe this is the charge port. Let's see how low we are. Is it going to be low or is it going to be completely empty? Verdict is it's empty. Perfect. So there's no Freon. There's no power steering fluid. Well maintained. Probably a one owner, right? Those are always the ones to watch out for. Damn, the car presented well too. It looked great in pictures. Now I know the car's not running. We're not going to get an accurate reading. I'm just going to dip this in. We're going to get an idea of what the fluid looks like, if there's any in it. This is a special Mercedes. Ooh, there's a lot in it. Okay. I honestly was hoping it was going to be on the low side. Let's dip a little bit of this onto this paper. It's kind of brown. That's not bad. That's not bad. We need to clean this off, and we'll need to recheck it with the engine running. So why don't we, I'm wondering, does this thing take a light hit in the front too? Is this stuff supposed to, I guess it's supposed to be sitting like that. Yeah, it's all fine, I guess. I don't know. There's some kind of fluid. I'll bet this is the power steering cooler right here. It looks like it's leaking from the seals right here as well. I'll bet this is where the power steering fluid went, which is good because that's an easy fix. Couple of O-rings, you're back in business. Freon, it's a whole nother question. Trans fluid, another great question. To check these things, we're gonna have to actually fire the car up, get it running. So let me clean off the residue and the stickers and stuff. And let's focus on some of this stuff under the hood. All right, let's fire it up. I really thought this was gonna be just a good old easy run and drive car. I didn't think this was gonna need anything. What do we got here? A Mercedes floor mat, multiple floor mats sitting in the rear window. All right, we've got headrests back here. Let's pull those up. All right. Let's start the car, and fires right up. Let's turn on some air conditioning. Everything's on low. There we go with the bouncing instrument cluster again. And, all right, everything's coming back. Oh, we need some washer fluid too. Let's start with some Freon. In my opinion, air conditioning is more important than pretty much anything else. Shows there's nothing. Unless there's something wrong with my gauge. Yeah, this is reading completely empty. All right, well, give me a couple minutes. I'll sit here and just hold this button for a while. We'll see if we can get it to do anything. Well, this is fun. I'm sitting here blowing Freon into the system. It's starting getting a little smoky in here. Where's that coming from? Oh, got a hole in the condenser right there where it looks like the horn got pushed back into the condenser. Yep. Perfect. Oh man. All right. Well, let me get out of that. So that's a wrap on the AC. Great. And my power steering cap just fell. Hopefully it landed under the car. We're off to a great start. I guess next, let's check the transmission fluid level. I'm having one of those days. You know what I mean? All right, let's pull this out, because if this is, oh, it's overfilled. Unless that's engine oil. That should be transmission fluid though. Right there. But that looks like engine oil, guys. Not transmission fluid. Okay, I'm gonna have to do some Googling, because this car, even at 700 bucks, is absolutely not worth it. So I found the transmission dipstick. They hid it underneath the engine cover. So in order to even see it, you got to pull this engine cover off, which also houses your air cleaners, your air filters, I should say. And then it's hidden on the back. So that brown color we saw was engine oil. Transmission dipstick is down here. It's hard to see, but there's a cap right there, and there's a hole right there. So now we're going to fire it up again. I wonder how difficult the condenser is to do in this. I bet the AC works great. It'd almost be a shame to sell it, because without working AC, this car's not going to bring near the money it would with a working air conditioner. All right, fire it up, let her run. Need to put some washer fluid in it too. All right, let's find my transmission dipstick tool. And we will run this down here. I think I might have some transmission fluid for this, I don't know. We'll run it down till it stops, pull it out, and we'll see. Oh, it's dry. There's a dot on the, no, there's absolutely none. There's nothing in it. Transmission's dry. All right, no transmission fluid. Perfect. I'm so winning on this car right now. So I've spent maybe 15 minutes playing with this thing. I filled it up with some of this Rain X. And some of you are going to get real mad at me when you see this, but this is transmission fluid. This is Shell ATF 134. And I know what you're thinking. That's the wrong fluid for this car. Well, actually you're wrong. That fluid, believe it or not, works fine with this car. It is one of the recommended transmission fluids, along with, and this one might shock you, you can actually use Valvoline, the ATF, the cheap stuff that you can find at, well, I wouldn't call it cheap, but you know, the inexpensive stuff that you can buy right off the shelf at Walmart. So I put 2 quarts in it, and kind of letting it drain back a little bit because it takes a while to fill this thing up. Let's take the funnel out, set it to the side. Let's take our dipstick, and let's see if we register anything on the dipstick at all now. After 2 quarts, I would hope that something would register. There we go, that's the full mark. And, oh, that's barely, it's supposed to be in the middle section, and even after 2 quarts, it's not there. Let's see if the transmission shifts any better than it did. Because before it would barely go into gear and pull itself. Like, I mean barely. And yes, I did use my good Pentison EHF for the power steering fluid. I'm not opposed to putting a condenser in here if I can find one cheap, which I'm sure I can, no big deal. Oh, right into gear. Yep. Oh, yeah, straight into gear. Not a problem. We're not there yet though, guys. Don't get too excited. Yeah, it goes right into gear now. Okay, well, I'm gonna spend another couple minutes just making sure that I have the fluid level right. I wanna make sure the tires are all aired up because you know what comes next. Next, we take this thing out on the road and try to do the 10-mile run. Tires look to be in great shape. Excellent tread on all of them. Do we have a license plate bolts? They took them. Great. Well, maybe we just won't put a license plate on this one. But I'm gonna check the air in the tires. I'm gonna touch up the transmission fluid until it is completely full. And then I'm gonna put everything back together, and I guess we're gonna take this thing out for a ride. We're gonna cross our fingers and hope for the best. If the car does well on the trip, I have two decisions to make. One is, do I replace this hood? And when I say replace, I mean find one that's the exact same color so that it matches. Replace the hood, make sure it comes with the grille. All right, replace the hood and the grille is in assembly. And then, of course, replacing the condenser. I don't think it's that difficult. It looks like you take this section off, or maybe even right here, I don't know, but it looks like this whole thing just kind of comes apart. Once you take this off, you should have access to the cooling fan, the radiator, the condenser. Ultimately, I don't think it's that big of a deal, but all of that is going to come down to how does this car actually run and drive when we get it out on the road. Well, this car is the gift that keeps on giving. So, I'm assuming this is the power steering cooler. The trans cooler, I assume, is built into the radiator, but take a look at this. If you so much as move this, look at that. Yep, hit it. I mean, she's just a gusher, man. All right. Let's shut the car off. The more I mess with this car, the more pissed off I'm getting at it. Yeah, this is one for the books, man. This one got me. This one got me. I did not see the damage to the grille. I did not see the damage to the hood. And boy, they got me on it, man. They got me real good. So somebody knew this was leaking because they put some kind of epoxy on it. So that's nice. Off the top of my head, this is not going to be a transmission cooler. Like, I am 99.999% certain that this is not a transmission cooler. It's going to be for the power steering pump. It's important. So I'm trying to think of what I can do here. My initial thought is cut the line here with a tube cutter, cut the line here with a tube cutter, simply splice some transmission line in between, and that should get us going. So I don't want to drive it and end up running this thing out of power steering fluid. So that tells us why the power steering pump was whining. She definitely took a little hit in the front, didn't she? Oh yeah, she's definitely lower than she was too, so I guess you need to replace this entire section. And this runs back. Oh, I don't know where it freaking goes. It runs back, it runs down, it runs all over the freaking place. Let's see. This runs through here, and it goes down, and it goes all around. It's definitely not the transmission, which is good. So I think as a temporary fix, hell, maybe even permanent, as much as this car is pissing me off, I think we're going to cut. This is all damaged anyway. Splice with a hose, and let's move on to filling the transmission up, because I am now 3 quarts in. The transmission is still not full. Remember, if the deal seems too good to be true, it probably is. I've made such a mess. I did what I said. I cut that damn cooler out for the time being and made a big mess on my floor. So now I get to clean up all of that expensive power steering fluid that I just put in here. I lost it all. Every freaking bit of it. So I only had a couple bottles of CHF11S. That's even more expensive. I ended up using that. However, I did finally, with another quart, get the transmission filled up. So transmission's full, power steering is full. We know that we have a leaking condenser. There's nothing we could do about that today. So now the goal is, as long as everything's going to cooperate, I'm going to take it on a 10-mile drive. I'm going to leave these off for now because I'm going to want to check, probably in the next video, if there's a next video, depending on how this goes. I'm going to want to check the transmission fluid, see if it's gone down any. Also, got to keep an eye on the power steering fluid. And if I'm going to end up coming in here and changing this condenser, which I imagine I will, and the hood, I figured this stuff might as well just be off and out of the way so I don't have to mess with it. So yeah, I'm going to continue cleaning up the mess on the floor here. And then finally, it's probably been 2 hours. It's just, this car is just the gift that keeps on giving and giving and giving and giving. Seems like every time I think we're about ready to take it out for a drive, man, as something else goes wrong. This is a perfect example of don't judge a book by its cover. Looks can be deceiving. It's a Mercedes. I looked at this and I thought, man, this is going to be an easy video. Probably need to charge the battery, put some air in the tires, down the road we go. Boy, was I wrong. So I'm bringing my trusty Autel scanner with me. I have learned from experience with these European cars that you should always bring a good quality scan tool with you, just in case it decides to do something funny like go into limp mode and you end up stuck in neutral on the side of the road. It's happened to me many times. In fact, it even happened to me in a certain Domino's pizza car that I had, a Chevy Spark, that Monkey Wrench Mike and I tried to drive all the way back from Indiana. And the scan tool actually saved our bacon several times, at least got me to a place where I wasn't on the side of the road anymore. It happens mostly to me in European cars, so I have the scan tool with me as a safety precaution. Now, all of this time that I've wasted today was just try to get this thing to do 10 miles. 5 miles on the highway, one way, and 5 miles on the highway back. And I guess now's the time. Now we're going to find out. I have faith this is going to go really well because so far everything with this car has gone so well today. Drop your comments below though before we hit the road. You think this car is going to do great, or do you think this is going to go horribly, horribly wrong? Might get a little windy since there's no air conditioning. Power steering pump is quiet. That's nice. Power steering seems to be working. That's also nice. Hopefully the transmission shifts. The brakes have rust all over them from sitting. The more I look at this car, the more I really think this thing... Whoa. I think this thing... Was that my... Hold up. Was that the front wheels? This is not an all-wheel drive, right? Well, anyway, here we go. Let's see if it shifts. Yes, it shifts. It does, it shifts. Okay, good, good, good. I'm gonna roll these windows up. Guess they're not express up. Let's roll these windows up. I'll suffer in the heat just to make it a little quieter for you guys. The more I look at this car, the more I'm inclined to believe this thing had actually been sitting for a while, guys. I don't know. There's something else going on with this car. I think eventually they kind of had a broke down car and they just ended up sending it to insurance for something. Oops, I bumped into something. Totaled. I don't know. I'm not saying that's what happened. I'm just saying I have a theory. So, to my surprise, the car drives straight as an arrow. It's comfortable. It's quiet. We're doing 65 miles an hour. And it's whisper quiet in here. No vibrations, no shimmies, no shakes. I don't remember how to use cruise control in this. But I think I just figured it out. Yeah, cruise control works. No way. I'd be willing to bet that the air conditioning would probably work if we fixed the condenser. It's probably like 50 or 60 bucks to buy one off of Amazon or eBay. A hood, I don't know, probably around $150, $200 because they'll upcharge it because it's a Mercedes. What do you guys think? I mean, honestly, take a look. It's not a bad looking car. And to my surprise, it's running and driving really, really well. No warning lights on the dash. I honestly thought that this thing was going to be an absolute disaster to drive. I felt like something was going to be very wrong with it. And it's not. I mean, this is a really nice little C-Class. And I was wrong about the year. I thought it was an 06. It is a 2002 C240. And realistically, the car is probably not worth all that much, but it's got to be worth more than what I paid for it, especially if we replace the hood and fix the air conditioning. It's a nice place to be. I'm genuinely surprised that I'm enjoying my ride in the little C-Class. It's not a big car, but it feels well planted. It feels a little heavy. I like it. It's not sporty. I'm not going to smash on it. We're not going to go crazy with it, but I am going to get to the gravel road up here, and I'm going to kind of hit the throttle on the loose gravel. I'm curious if I heard those front tires spinning, because I'm certain this is not a 4MATIC. I am fairly certain this is a rear-wheel drive car, but I'm also certain that when I was pulling off, the front wheels got scratch on the road. So maybe it's a 4MATIC somebody deleted the 4MATIC badge off of. I don't know. If it's all-wheel drive, this thing just became worth a little bit more money. There's two things that are kind of this car's saving grace, if you will, and that is, first of all, it's barely at 100,000 miles. She's only got 101,000 miles on the clock. Very, very low mileage for something from 2002. With a hood and a condenser, everything will work on this car, work properly. The car will look really, really nice. So those two things, and the fact that clear title helps. Clear title and low mileage. It may be worth going ahead and replacing the condenser, getting the AC working, charged up again, replacing the hood, making it look like nothing ever happened. And this could make somebody a really good car. And who knows, maybe I'll get lucky and be able to make, I don't know, $200, $300 off this car. I guess only time will tell. We have made it to the 5-mile mark. Cruise control all the way. And surprisingly, with the tinted windows, it's not that hot in here. This should hopefully clean up those scaly brakes. The brakes do not pulse or vibrate either. That's really nice. We're going to get off the road here, and I'm going to roll the windows down. And I'm going to find out, is it front wheel spinning? I'm going to put you guys down below. You ready for this? I want you guys out here. I want you to watch those front wheels and tell me if it kicks up any traction control kicked in. Now, I think that's the back wheels, guys. I think that's the back wheels. Yeah, it's the back wheels. Okay. It's the back wheels. I thought maybe we got lucky. I thought maybe, just maybe, this was a 4MATIC car, because if it was, a little bit extra money there. No limp mode. Nothing that I can see or feel that makes me think that this car could be a problem other than the obvious. Oh, it's got a busted fog light too. See, the more I look at it, man, the more I realize there's other problems. We do have a busted fog light now. See, it's like fog light, hood, condenser. Before you know it, you're spending a ton of money on a car that's just not worth it. But from where I'm standing, and hopefully from your view, this thing doesn't look that bad, guys. For the price I paid for it, I'm happy with it. I'm completely happy with it. I'm a little pissed off that we ended up with all of those problems earlier, but ultimately, it wasn't that bad. And now we got us a good running little Mercedes. So my question to you is, if you were a dealer, what would you do with this car? If this was you, would you fix all the little things, you know, spend the money and the time? Obviously got to go and get the parts and everything. try to fix it up to make it look better, make it worth a little bit more money? Would you sell it as is? Just like it is. Just tell them to come out, list this thing up for sale, and let it go and take whatever we can get. Honestly, I'm torn at this point as to which direction I want to go. Obviously, it's easier and a lot cheaper to just send it down the road. But how much more would it be worth if we spent the money and actually tried to fix it? Truthfully, I have no idea. Let's stomp on it a little. Shift's great. Shift's great. Drives great. All right, I'm satisfied, man. It's a good car. It's a good car. Just need a little bit of work. Still needs a little bit, but not bad. For the money I paid for it, you know, even though I didn't expect everything that I got with this car, at the end of the day, I think it turned out to be halfway decent. I am running late because I did not expect this video to take so long. I've got to jump in the Rivian, and I'm going to go try to pick up an engine for the Dodge Dart. You guys remember I blew up the engine in my 65 Dart? Well, I found a 360 locally that I believe has 340 intake. I don't remember. Anyway, it's sitting out here. It's dirt cheap. I figure, why don't we go pick it up? It's $100. I don't know what to expect. I'm not expecting much for the money, but for a $100 bill, I think it's worth grabbing, and we'll bring it home, open it up, and see if this thing might be worth throwing in that Dart. Maybe I can fix this car that I blew up for a $100 engine. Probably not, but it should still be a fun video nonetheless. Did you ever doubt that this old girl would make it back? I sure did. I didn't know if this thing was even gonna make it to the turnaround spot, let alone get us home. But she did. All right, she did. So let's give her props. Let's give her credit. She did it, man. All right, good for you. Transmission seems to still be working like it's supposed to. I'm gonna go ahead and run another quick diagnostic on it since we're already here and we just got through driving, gave it a chance to really warm up and everything. See if there's any new codes, anything else I gotta worry about, and then we're gonna get out of here. So there are no new codes that are important. We've got ESP fault with the steering control module, something CP11, signal from WE61, steering angle sensor is faulty, voltage on terminal 30 is too low, no normalizing of head restraint adjustment, whatever that is. We've got automatic air conditioning, refrigerant is too low. That doesn't surprise me. Steering column module, voltage is too low. So just, and then that's it. It's nothing important. The main thing I'm concerned about is check engine lights. Are there any check engine lights? Is there anything, you know, that's going wrong with the car that I need to be concerned about? And it doesn't appear. There's no malfunction indicators or anything at all. So I am absolutely thrilled to death that with a little bit of work, this car actually turned out pretty decent. With that, I think I'm gonna get out of here, boys and girls. If you enjoyed this video, I got my hands full, but hit the thumbs up button and let me know. Consider subscribing to the channel if you're not already subscribed. And until next time, stay safe out there, everybody. I look forward to seeing you all again very soon in the next one.